YouTube channel. Welcome old, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button. My channel is a channel that's growing and I want to make it get bigger, if you know what I mean. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 7:50 a.m.
7:50 a.m. Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Tuesday the 17th of May.
And Alexa, the weather. Alexa, the weather.
Currently, in Rochester it's 15 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect partly sunny weather, with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 13 degrees.
Right guys, it's very, very hot. It's very, very close. It's very, very warm. It gets hot in these flats in the morning. So I've woken up feeling a bit overheated, and I think women can talk about what they go through. I've got a period, right? And I'm going through the perimenopause, leading up to the menopause. So basically, my periods are irregular. So at the moment, I'm getting 2 or 3 a month, which can be draining. It can make you feel tired, lethargic, dizzy, faint, and awful. And combined with the heat, it's terrible. So I'm going to have to invest in a standing up fan. So I need a fan that stands so that I can sit near it and keep cool. A lot of women get embarrassed to go outside because you have hot flushes and you feel giddy and you bump into things and you don't want to put upon other people. So sometimes I do feel like I'm going to faint outside, okay? I get very lightheaded, light on my feet, and I have to, you have to take pets for a walk. You can't leave them indoors. If I didn't have Max, I probably wouldn't go outside as much as I do. But I'm glad that I've got him because he makes me go outside and I get fresh air, if you know what I mean. Right, so this morning I got a message to ask me how I am whilst a load of noise was going on upstairs. So his kids were screaming and running across the ceiling and somebody asked me how I am. Well, I was up and down all last night with female problems. Nothing serious, it's just, that time of the month. So I was up and down and I got some sleep, but it was like disturbed sleep. I'd get up, go to the bathroom, whatever. So someone just slammed the door really hard up there right now. So somebody has asked me how I'm feeling. When you don't feel well and you've got a noisy neighbour who couldn't give a shit, right, it makes you feel worse, doesn't it? So when you lose a lot of blood, you feel lightheaded, you've got a headache. So I woke up this morning to loud bangings. It sounded like the bathroom ceiling was caving in this morning when I went in there. One of the children screams, and it's a real shriek, like I don't know, if I could imagine a wailing ghost, I would imagine it would be like that. It's really awful, it's like that. I've got used to it now. I've lived here over 2 years. I used to have it just at the weekends. He's now moved his kids in full time with himself and I get it every day, right? They now sometimes going on the balcony scraping and banging last night. I don't know what they've got up there, it's none of my business anyway, but I was underneath the balcony and it sounded like they were banging and opening the door shut, running across, scraping things. It was bloody awful, right? So I am now eating my breakfast, which is Special K. It's got iron in it, because when you've got a lot of blood loss, that you're iron deficient. So I'm trying to put back the iron into my body that I've been losing. I've also got a tooth that needs pulling out, and I think I'm being remarkably calm and cool considering what I'm going through. It feels like fucking torture. It really bloody does. You know, you sit on the balcony for a bit of peace and quiet, and they put a balcony right above my bloody head. Let's go outside, shall we? I'm not upset and I'm not angry. I put music on to drown their crap out. Honestly, I moved to this place really thinking it would be a new start, a fresh start, you know, a place where I could relax and recuperate, and how wrong I was. I've made myself a cup of tea. I'm expecting a call from my mother any time this morning. I've got to go and pick up my doctor's prescription from Boots the Chemist in Strood tomorrow. But I mean, I'm a woman, for fuck's sake, a woman that needs a rest. I've already been in hospital once for a blood transfusion and 2 iron transfusions, and the stress of this place is not helping. And some people think, oh, let's make it worse. Let's make the noise worse. Let's make it worse. You know what I mean? I cope. I mean, if it wasn't for Max, I probably would. Well, you can't lie down in here. I've told you that's impossible to lie down. Not unless you put the volume of the stereo full blast and give yourself a headache. It's like somebody continually wants me to act like my father, Derek, you know. You know, my dad used to have a temper 24/7 and he moaned all the time about everything. I don't want to be like that. I want to enjoy my day, be happy, meet someone, settle down. I don't want to be bloody cross all the time. I just want to just have some fun. Can I not have some fun in my life? Does it always have to be miserable? Alexa, can you put LBC radio on?
LBC London from Global Player.
Chased her and then hit her repeatedly over the head a number of times with a railway jack which measured nearly a metre in length. She suffered extensive fracture into her skull and had multiple injuries to her face. The pathologist described her injuries as the worst he'd ever seen and were completely unsurvivable. Wheeler had previously admitted killing Julia James, but the 22-year-old didn't give any evidence in his defence in the trial. Detective Superintendent Gavin Moss is from Kent Police and said he was pleased to see Wheeler brought to justice.
Alan Wheeler is an incredibly dangerous individual in my mind. He has brought absolute misery to a great many people, notably the community from where Julia James lived, most importantly her family and friends.
We've also heard in court how Wheeler had familiarised himself with the woods and been seen carrying around the murder weapon, the railway jack, in the local area. He'd even come face to face with Julia months before in the woods when she was out walking with her husband and described him as a weird dude. Wheeler will be now sentenced at a later date.
Emma Cole reporting, thank you. We'll come back. Many of you want to have your say about the cost of living crisis. We shall return to that later in the show, but we move on. The music news, we move on to other matters, and let's reflect on that football day. Just 17, I know I've said that at least twice. Very brave young man who says he doesn't want to lie anymore about his sexuality. Jake Daniels from Blackpool.
Told my mum and my sister the day after I scored 4, so it just shows how much of a weight off the shoulders it was, and it's a massive relief to lying all the time. This isn't what I've wanted to do, and it has been a struggle
Staying with football, here's the Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp, seeming to justify the booing of Prince William at the cup final on the weekend.
Best to ask the question, why does it happen? So I know our people led well that they wouldn't do it.
There's no reason for it, and I'm not here, maybe not long enough, sure not long enough to understand the reason for it. It's for sure something historic.
The shocking rise in the number of managers taken on by the NHS since COVID.
Alexa,
On your radio, on Global Player.
Stop. Right, I'm going to get on with the rest of my day, trying to cheer myself up by myself and getting on with things despite what I'm feeling like. And I hope everybody has a lovely, lovely day. It's very sunny out there, and I hope everyone is okay. See you later.